basically we're talking about the fountain of youth, aren't we? And you can see why, he said the cacophony of noises in the field of longevity. It's phenomenal at the moment. There's things coming up in every direction, and you can see why people are drawn to it, because we fear death, and we fear, let's say, that last 5 years of, excuse my language, Dobry, but shit. Like if once you go into the term is the old person's home, usually the quality of your life decreases dramatically, and you don't reverse that. And like you just said, you die older, but the list of chronic diseases that you wake up with and go to sleep with increases day by day, and the quality of your life decreases day by day. So it strikes people to the core. If we're talking mathematics, Dobry, and then we talk about preventive medicine versus reactive medicine. If you were to present to the Australian government, I hope you're listening, guys. If you were to present to the Australian government, for example, you know what? Proactively, it costs for Therapeutic Plasma Exchange, and we've seen these benefits 4 times per year. This will cost you, you're going to give me the numbers, please, X. And then if you look at the cost of 1 in 10 people, 1 in 9, actually, I think it is, Alzheimer's disease, which the number is increasing, that will cost you this much. If somebody has Alzheimer's to a certain state, then that will cost the economy how much? Like if we talk literally dollars and cents, mate, what are we talking for 1 year? Let's say or let's break it down into 1 treatment at the present. And I'm sure there's things you can do to make it cheaper. But at the moment, what would it cost an individual to have 1 session of TPE, Therapeutic Plasma Exchange, and then extrapolate that to a year? And then do you have any data on Alzheimer's treatment?
We do, but every country is different. And actually, in the United States, every state is different. And I don't know if Australia is like that. But speaking of what you just said, which at the moment is a theoretical approach to the issue, we are planning to propose to insurance companies to fund a study to do exactly what you said. We're going to have a group of patients who undergo periodic plasma exchange over 1 year or 2 years. And we'll have another group, the same number of patients who don't. They will live the way they're living now. And see what the cost will be for each group, and whether they're going to develop certain diseases or certain symptoms of diseases. And this will be, the ultimate controlled trial of what you just said. Is it true or not?
And to allow that to happen, do you need to raise money, or you've got it? I know. Sorry, mate. Let's dive into it though. Like for example, when I listened to your story, and then I read your introduction, Dr. Kiprov is a Harvard-educated immunologist, and in Hong Kong, it's a finance capital, and I work with a lot of people working in the finance industry. And once upon a time, I worked with a man who helped invest money for organizations, and one of those organizations was an educational organization in the US, and maybe it was the university, Harvard or Texas. And he alluded to say that these organizations such as Harvard and Texas University have massive amounts of money in the bank, for example. Wouldn't it make sense just to go to a school such as Harvard that potentially might have large funds and say, hey guys, why don't you just give me a percentage of this? Like, here's what we know, and look at the economy. Do you guys want to be a part of this? Like, does that make sense, or am I just simplifying things too much?
No, you're not. You're simplifying things, but this is true. They have a lot of money, but you haven't been in Harvard. You haven't been in Stanford, so the politics and the money movement in these institutions is beyond comprehension. So it's not easy to do that. From time to time, they have these noble ideas and investments, and they do good stuff. But proposing something like that may be a challenge. We haven't done it, so they may be open to this discussion. But there are other sources of money. I think that this should be funded, in my opinion, this should be funded by the insurance companies.
And they would do that for their own benefit, ultimately, wouldn't they? They would save money.
Absolutely.
Fair enough. So could you tell me, if I was to fly over to your place once you finish skiing in Utah, and then you go back home to San Francisco, and I was to fly in, I'd say, hey, Dobri, hook me up. How much would it cost an individual to come to your place and get one session, roughly?
I will answer that. I just want to let you know that one session doesn't do anything in terms of the aging. Our studies show that there is a cumulative effect with every treatment. The benefit gets bigger and bigger and bigger. So one treatment doesn't do anything, but in 6 treatments, you see, decrease in your biologic age, strength, all these things. So we don't recommend people come and say, I'm flying through San Francisco, can I get a treatment? And I usually say no, because it's a waste of money. It's a waste of money. It's a waste of your time. It doesn't do me any good, because you will go home and say, shit, nothing happened.
That Dobri Kiprov, mate.
He's a liar, But
word of mouth advertising is the most powerful still, Dobri, isn't it?
Yeah. At the moment, we charge between $5,000 and $6,000. Excuse me.
And so, extrapolating that, I need to have 6 times to start to underline need. That's aggressive, but it's best for me to have 6 treatments and beyond, because aging is a chronic disease. So you want to keep doing it until you die, or as long as you can. So 6 treatments in 1 year. So I'm looking at currently an investment of US $30,000 plus.
Well, in the beginning, it's $36,000, and after that is much less. It's going to be 12 to 26 or something. People who require moral treatments, like the Alzheimer's patients, get a deep discount. We charge them a certain number of dollars per year. We realize that this is a problem for anybody. So we charge them half the amount of what a monoclonal antibody costs. So the monoclonal antibody in the United States is 72 grand per year. On top of that, they have MRI that has to be done periodically before every treatment. So we have a price per year, and we treat them, every month. In the beginning, we treat them 6 times, plus after that, we treat them once a month. And this continues certainly for life. So we charge $45,000 per year.
Wow. And then if I was to dive into your books, and there was a section in your books that said these people are doing it for prevention, to increase the term seems to be increase your health span, to increase your lifespan, and this is those people, and these people are doing it reactively. For example, Alzheimer's came up. What would be your ratio roughly today?
The majority are for anti-aging. I mean, I hate to throw numbers here, but the majority for anti-aging. We treat other diseases as well.
Yeah.
We treat long COVID, variety of neurologic diseases and stuff. So there is a combination, but the anti-aging is. So the other thing that we are doing now, we are opening clinics around the country and other countries as well. We have a clinic in York, at the woods there. We have a
In
clinic
Australia or in Hong Kong?
in Australia,
Wow, whereabouts?
Brisbane.
Oh, nice. Mate, that's where my wife's family is. I'll tell Emmanuel's mum and dad to go and get some.
Yeah, very nice people, and so by doing that, we will increase, hopefully, the number of treatments that we do per year, and this will allow us to drop the price. Our goal is within 2 years to get to a price that most people can afford. Right now, it's obviously the top 2%.
Mm.
Uh, we are aiming to have this drop down to somewhere around $2,000.